I have to admit, I was a bit skeptical when I first got my hands on the Wilderness Systems Tarpon 140. I'd tried a few kayaks before, and to be honest, most of them left a lot to be desired. Some felt like you were sitting on a park bench, while others wobbled around like a shopping cart with a wonky wheel. But from the moment I started paddling the Tarpon 140, I knew I was in for a treat. It's clear that this kayak was designed by someone who actually fishes, not just someone who sells kayaks. If you want to check out the product details on Amazon, the link is in the description. Let's start with the size. At 14 feet long, the Tarpon 140 might seem like a bit of a monster, but trust me, it's perfect for stability. I've taken this thing out on choppy water and windy afternoons, and it barely rocks. It's like sitting on a floating dock that just happens to have a paddle. The hull is designed to cut through the water smoothly, so you're not constantly fighting drag. That means more energy for casting, more time fishing, and less time getting tired. I've found that I can paddle for hours without feeling exhausted, which is a game changer for anyone who loves to spend long days on the water. One of the things that really sets the Tarpon 140 apart is the Phase 3 Air Pro seat. Oh man, this thing is a game changer. It's fully adjustable, so you can find your sweet spot whether you're sitting low for a quiet approach or raised for better visibility. And it's ventilated, which means no more sweaty back after an hour on the water. I've fished in 90-degree heat, and I barely broke a sweat. The padded footrests are another nice touch. They're easy to adjust even with wet hands, and they give your legs real support during long sessions. I've found that I can fish for hours without feeling any discomfort, which is a huge plus. Storage is where the Tarpon 140 really shines. The rear tank well is huge. I've fit a large tackle box, a cooler, a dry bag with clothes, and even a small anchor system without feeling cramped. There's also a front hatch with a mesh pocket, which is perfect for keeping your phone, keys, or a snack dry. I once forgot my rain jacket and had to stuff it in there mid-trip, and it fit like it was made for it. The bungee rigging on top is great for quick access gear like a net or a paddle leash. I've also found that the storage compartments are perfect for keeping my gear organized, which is a big plus for anyone who likes to be prepared. I also love how easy it is to customize the Tarpon 140. Wilderness Systems included 4 flush mount rod holders, but there's also a track system on the deck where you can add more accessories, fish finder mounts, extra rod holders, even a cup holder if you're into that. I added a small transducer mount for my fish finder, and it stayed put through rough water. The scupper holes are well placed too, so you don't have to worry about sitting in a puddle if water splashes in. I've found that the customization options are endless, which is a big plus for anyone who likes to tailor their gear to their specific needs. Now, I know what you're thinking, what about the downsides? Well, the Tarpon 140 isn't perfect. The weight, which is around 75 pounds, isn't exactly light. If you're loading it onto a roof rack by yourself, it's doable, but it's not something you'll want to move around a lot. Also, the initial setup can feel a little awkward. The seat comes off, and putting it back in just right takes a couple tries. But once it's in, it stays, and you won't want to take it out. I've found that the benefits of the Tarpon 140 far outweigh the drawbacks, and I'm willing to deal with a little extra weight and setup time in order to get the performance and comfort that this kayak provides. One of the things that I've been really impressed with is the Tarpon 140's performance in different water conditions. I've taken it out on calm lakes, choppy rivers, and even in the ocean, and it's handled beautifully. The hull is designed to track well, which means you can paddle in a straight line without having to constantly correct your course. Overall, though, the Wilderness Systems Tarpon 140 is built for anglers who want comfort, stability, and space without sacrificing performance. Whether you're paddling to a quiet cove or battling a big fish in choppy water, the Tarpon 140 holds up. It's not the cheapest option out there, but when you're out there and the fish are biting, you won't care about the price, you'll just be glad you're in a kayak that works as hard as you do. If you're in the market for a fishing kayak that actually feels like it was made for fishing, not just floating, this one's worth a look. Check it out using the link below.